Justin Rodriguez here with a special edition of the Varsity845 football show. This is the V845 All-Star Edition. But this is one of the most exciting times of the year when the V845 All-Star team is named. We're going to catch up with the talented group of All-Stars. And the Monroe-Woodbury players just keep coming, as they should. A great season. And here is Rob Kelly, defensive lineman, had a great season. So just Rob, obviously, you were relentless in the trenches, and every coach, that we would talk about Monroe, they mentioned you just as, this stud player. So how does it feel to get that kind of recognition and have such a great year?
Yeah, no, it's a real honor to be up there with the top guys in the section, and like you said, for all the coaches to be mentioning me, that's really great. It's my senior year was awesome. We couldn't imagine finishing any better way. I know obviously we wanted to win, but we went to the Dome. That's a once in a lifetime opportunity and experience. I just like thank all my coaches for constantly every week, every game, putting me in the best position to succeed and do well. And luckily, I was able to have a great year.
Okay. The acceptance style answer, I like it. Except with the shout out to the coaches, that's great.
Yeah.
Just tell me also, at the beginning of this year, I know you guys had some goals. You kept them under wraps,
yeah.
And you knew you would be good. Did you really think you could, make it to the Dome? It was obviously a great run.
Yeah, no, we didn't really want to especially me and a bunch of other guys. We didn't really want to get ahead of ourselves. We we really truly do like to take it one week at a time. So the Dome, every player in New York State in high school wants to go there, and that's their ultimate goal. But we weren't really. I don't want to say we weren't thinking that from the start, but it was always in the back of our heads. First, we wanted to go with the division title, obviously, and then section title, and then take each game in the state playoffs one game at a time, and then we got there, and that's obviously the ultimate goal. Yeah.
Okay, and then just to wrap up, obviously the Dome was, I know you guys will remember that for the rest of your lives. With that in mind, of course, what are some of the other things you'll remember about this season?
I'll remember playing with these guys forever because I have been playing with them since I'm younger, since I'm a young kid. A majority of them we played all together through Pop Warner, and I'll never forget obviously playing in the Dome like you said, and I'll never forget I'll never forget how hard we all worked, and there was a lot of teams in the section that have better athletes than us, that are bigger than us, but I'll never forget how we were a real team this year. We were all on the same page, and we were just a hard-working group, and it just shows if you put in the hard work and you put in the time that you can be successful.
Okay, well, Rob, you certainly led the way. Good job, and thanks for coming in. That's Rob Kelly from Monroe-Woodbury. Okay, and for you, Moisette, just tell me too, you came from Peekskill, you had 2 wonderful years here, and Coach Hughes told me he thought it was a big deal because the guys named you one of the captains just not being here. What did that honor mean for you, and what did it mean to go out like this with another great run?
It really meant a lot that people looked up to me as a captain, and we just had a great season, and I couldn't ask for anything more. It was just really good.
Okay, and when we mentioned you making some big plays, a big play that they'll be talking about at Monroe-Woodbury and the game for years, Monroe-Woodbury 31, Newburgh 30 in the championship, and James, you make that tackle, you track down the speedster Aaron Forbes and potentially save the game. Just tell me how it feels, to make a play like that, and what was going through your mind.
It's just an incredible feeling, and in my mind, I knew I was fast enough to catch him, but it's just a matter of, if I had enough time to make up the ground he'd already had. Yeah.
And also, obviously, it was one of the big plays that propelled you to the Carrier Dome and the state championship game. Just how did it feel, to help bring Monroe back to that Carrier Dome?
I don't know. It's just an indescribable feeling. I just remember going to games when I was little and watching big plays made like that from the 05, 06, 07, 08 teams, and it's just unreal. That's, it's me this time.
I'm here with Port Jervis defensive lineman Dan DiCarlo, who had a great year for the Red Raiders. Just tell me, first of all, as an undersized defensive lineman, you had 9 sacks. You were double-teamed a lot, too. How did you get it done?
I kept working hard in practice, drilling right the way my coaches told me, and then pretty much just working hard the whole season, using speed around the guys, just trying to get in there.
First teamer from Port Jervis since 2002. That's a long time. How does it feel to put Port Jervis back on the map, so to speak?
Feels great. It hasn't been a while since someone's been there like that. But it feels great to conquer that.
was another big year for Cornwall. One of the reasons why, that relentless defense. Here was one of the showstoppers, linebacker Quinzetto, who played free safety last year, moved to linebacker, over 100 tackles, 11 sacks. Just tell me, what was the key to your success making, a little move there on the defensive side of the ball?
Yeah, well, with my team around me, we weren't the most physical team, the greatest in size, but they did their responsibilities and they opened holes. They did their job, allowed me to make the tackles, allowed me to do my job, and we worked together well as a team unit.
You talked about undersized. Your two other new linebackers who joined you, your friends Matt Robinson and John Roth, also undersized. How much did you guys pride yourself on, getting the job done, even though you knew you were going to be going up against some, bigger competition?
Yeah, I mean, we weren't the biggest in size. You could see that through statistics, but I feel like we definitely made up for it in speed. Being able to get to the ball that fast made it pretty enigmatic for those offensive players. Getting around there quicker, squeezing through the holes, it gives you an advantage when you put it in twice as much hard work as you do physical size.
Okay, and of course another run by Cornwall to the Class A state semifinals. You lost to eventual state championship Queensberry. Just tell me, how does it feel to just, another great run? How does that feel?
It's pretty bittersweet. You saw the state championship. It's happened a couple years in the past. You get there, you lose by a couple points, and then you see them go on to win the state championship. What that says about us, I feel like it's to the best of our ability. We can compete with the best of them. I felt like we've done it a couple years, and I feel like we can do it in the future more than enough times.
Okay, I know you'll be back next year, so we'll be talking to you again next year, perhaps. Thanks for coming in, Quinn.
Thank you.
And then for you, Matt, just tell me, you always seem to make the big play over the last few years, whether it be that big interception against Newburgh last year, and then this year with some big hits. Just how did you get it done at linebacker?
I'd always just make my reads, play the game like Coach taught me to, play smart, and just make my reads and come up and make the hit.
Okay, start with you, Cole. Going two ways, there was a lot of hype surrounding you entering the season and expectations. You obviously lived up to it as a bruising runner and a lights-out linebacker. Just tell me how it feels.
I never really thought about that. I've always thought about the team and how good of a team we are, how we always work together, and I think that's what we did the whole season. And coming out and making it to the Dome was amazing.
What should we expect from Monroe? You lose a lot of players. I know there's a lot of talent also. So what should we expect from Monroe?
Making it to the Dome this year, obviously the expectations are going to be really high for next year, but we're going to take the same steps we took this year. Work hard in the off season, and during the season, hopefully get same thing we did this season.
Okay. Jalen, defensive back. This is old hat for him. 3-time first teamer. He was a first team All-State selection last year. But how does it feel to be back on the team again?
It feels good as a captain. I'm expected to lead the team, and just rally the guys. I'm expected to play up to the best of my ability and just get everybody else going, and it feels good.
Okay, we're here with New Paltz's Jalen Laboy, a 4-year starter, a first teamer as a freshman, and again a senior. So just 4 great years. Just tell me, what's it like? Your playing days are over. What's it like?
It's bittersweet. I came in as a freshman, started right away, been starting ever since, and it's just been a fun time, and now it's over, time to move on, go to college.
Okay, just tell me about how much fun you had playing. Obviously, you could run the ball. You played D-back, returned. Obviously we use the terms dynamic, electric, among others. I'm sure you enjoyed that. But just tell me, what it was like, just making so many plays over the last 4 years.
It was just fun. I've been making plays since a young kid, and to come out and make plays my freshman year all the way through senior year, playing with a different group of guys each year and everything. It was just fun.
Okay. I know Coach Tegler, he's going to miss you. I know the guys are going to miss you. Obviously, you're going to move on and hopefully play in college. What's it going to be like, not playing for New Paltz again?
It's going to be weird not, putting on that maroon and white the beginning of August, talking to Coach Tegler every day during the summer, see what we're going to do and how we're going to execute against these teams. And it's just going to be a different experience in a different locker room with a different set of guys that I've never met before. I've never been to school with. But I'm excited for it.
Okay, we're sure that Karif will do well as he moves on into college. It's been great following you, and good luck.
Thank you.
Ricky, just tell me about 3-year starter, Monroe, always a successful program, and this year to go to the Dome. After not winning the Section 9 championship for a few years, which would be a drought for Monroe, most teams would obviously take that. But how did it feel to go all the way back to the Dome?
It was an amazing feeling. Working hard the whole seaon, finally getting the biggest goal of the year. It was a great feeling.
And tell me, like I said, you played wide receiver, made some big plays, made some plays at defensive back, made some plays returning kicks. I know you were a little banged up at times. How did you do it? How did you get through it?
Just knowing it was my last season playing high school ball, so I just wanted to go all out and not have any regrets.
Okay. And defensive back, Jesse Kaffenberger. So just to start with you, 7 interceptions. You were all over the place this year. Just tell me, how did it feel to have such a big season?
It felt great to have a big season. Being a junior, this is my first year in defense. So coach gave me the opportunity to play corner. I played, and it's turned out a great season.
Also, we talked about you played some offense at wide receiver. Just tell me, it seemed like every game I covered you were making one of these like circus staying in bounds catches. Like, how did you do it? Is it, how do you pull those things off?
Just practice, really. Plus, also, past few years, I was watching my brother. He made the same catches, and I just looked at him, and I did the same thing.
Okay, that's of course Justin Kaffenberger. We did say pre-interview we weren't going to bring him up, so.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm kidding.
Well, yeah.
So, but all right, both of you guys did a good job. You'll be back next season, and James, good luck. Thanks for coming in, guys. I'm here with Burke Catholic's Matt Prisbacki. Was a force on both sides of the ball as a running back, over 1,800 yards. 400 yards in the Section 9 championship against O'Neill. Just tell me, a breakout year, how did it feel?
It felt good. We were section champs, and good play calling by the coaches and the linemen. We were blocking, and that's 1,800 yards. We're kind of easy to get to with those guys blocking.
Okay, and you also had a fill-in at quarterback. Obviously, you played full-time on defense. Just tell me, how you got it done this year.
I just listened to what the coaches were telling me what to do, and did what they told me to do.
Okay, you have a lot of players coming back next year. You're the headliner. What should we expect from you next season?
We expected the same thing as this year, but we're going up a class, so we want to take it to the next level and maybe win a state playoff game this year too.
Okay, Matt, congratulations and thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
We're here with the first-team punter, Davis Brief of Warwick, only a sophomore, averaged 48 yards per punt. So just tell me, I know you work hard, do a lot of camps, perfecting your craft. How does it feel to come out here and have probably your best season?
It feels really good, working so hard all year that it paid off, and all the exercises and drills and camps that they just paid off for me.
And also tell me about your future. I know you're a good student already. You're talking about schools like Stanford, Notre Dame, West Point, among others. So just tell me about your expectations going forward, looking at your college career.
All right, I'm just going to keep my grades as high as I can, and just obviously keep working at punting, and just hopefully want to play Division 1A football.
Okay, and then finally, obviously you guys scored a lot of points this year, but when you were needed, Coach Sirico said you punted your best in some of the biggest games. So just how does it feel? As a punter, they don't get a lot of due, but you were, booming the ball and winning the field position battle.
Right, like at the Valley Central game, I know one of the punts near the end of the game, it came in a good situation, but it doesn't really make a difference. I just go out there and do what I need to do.
Okay, thanks for coming in, Davis, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Indeed, that is some group of talent we've put together. And that is your Varsity 845 All-Star team for 2013. Great job, guys. And with that, I will say goodbye to the 2013 season. But before I go, I'd like to thank all the players and coaches I worked with this year. It was my pleasure and a lot of fun. Good luck to you, and I look forward to seeing you again next fall. This is Justin Rodriguez signing off for Varsity 845.